so there's really no excuse not to listen to the Neil Archer Show. Well, chaps, well, for years, to be accused of being racist has been used by the government, all parties, as a stick to beat ordinary people with and to keep them quiet. It's also been used as an excuse for not doing what they should be doing, and that is to be protecting the citizens of this country, particularly young girls. And I say it's a kind of a multi-use term, and everybody is terrified because of the way or the things that they've been told. They're terrified of being labelled a racist. Well, fuck all that. It's not racism to to be against people who molest little girls, and I'm talking about specifically at the moment these grooming gangs, because they're in the news again, because Starmer, a little runt weasel, has announced a national inquiry into the Pakistani grooming gang scandal. This is about 20 odd years too late, really. Says the failing Labour government of Prime Minister Keir Starmer is living through a season of U-turns in which multiple policies and political decisions are being overturned. Just days after the pensioners' fuel subsidy that was cut has been mostly reinstated, a very consequential decision in justice and law enforcement has been announced today. That's the 14th. As Starmer says that he would accept a recommendation for a national inquiry into grooming gangs who sexually abuse thousands of girls. This reversal comes after the incredible shrinking Premier had previously resisted calls for a statutory review. Now, we all probably have our own ideas as to why he didn't want a review, and that's probably because he was the head of the Crown Prosecution Services at the time. So he had, or he would have had, an awful lot of input into what was actually done, and input into not prosecuting these people. The scandal revealed how gangs of mostly Pakistani men had groomed, trafficked and raped young white girls more than a decade ago, returned to the political agenda this year after US billionaire Elon Musk criticised the British government. Well done, Elon. We have reported in January Musk, failing Prime Minister, was deeply implicated in the UK's negligence in investigating and punishing the Oldham child grooming gangs, and he wants to keep it covered up. That's why we get so mobilised when we learn that the UK, the detestable Labour Party, Labour government rather, blocked an inquiry into Sir Keir Starmer's conduct as the head of the Crown Prosecution Service between 2008 and 2013. In the CPS, Starmer failed miserably, some say criminally, to investigate the Oldham child grooming scandal where thousands of girls were mass groomed, mass raped, trafficked and abused. So they're now going to hold an inquiry. Now I think this is going to end up being a whitewash. I suspect it will all come out that, well, nobody was at fault. Let's learn from what happened and move on. I mean, that's what they usually do. They kind of say, well, it was nobody's fault. It was the system was flawed. We need to change this, that, and the other. Let's draw a line under it and move on. Politicians are always drawing lines under things and moving on because they don't want to accept the responsibility for their failings. And by God, they have many, many, many failings. In fact, they have more failings than successes. Anyway, as you can see, I get a bit wound up about this subject. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. Well done if you got this far. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers for now.